Good evening, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Devil May Cry. The reboot, DMC, Definitive Edition, the thing that was re-released like 2 years ago. And, yeah, let's get into this. I really, really love Devil May Cry. Let's do this on Nephilim. I have a lot of experience playing this game. Simply on basis, because I have such a fine love for Devil May Cry. I've always found these games to be a lot of fun. I love the first game, I love the second game, I love the third game. Especially the third one, and the first one. The fourth one's okay, I never did complete it, but I do have plans to do it. Make some videos on it one day. Then I have this one, which is also a good game. Excuse me for a moment, I will be shutting up now for this cutscene.
Yes, by close of trading Friday. No, you can't have more time. You know the terms, you know the consequences. No, this is not a veiled threat. This is a direct one. Should you fail to comply, the collapse of the economy will be on your head. I will make sure that you are stripped of power, shamed, and hated. Is that clear enough for you? Well, Friday it is then. You have a good night, Mr. President.
Did you get it, my darling?
Over $1 trillion.
Oh.
Soon I will own everything worth owning. I will control the world through debt. I have absolute power.
The world is at last your bitch. What's the matter? What's the matter?
A loose end.
A loose end, what?
The son of the traitor Sparta. Dante.
Him.
He's still out there.
The hunters will find him. They found Sparta and his whore. And when they do...
I will rip open his chest with my bare hands and feast on his beating heart.
Okay. So, like any fan of the old Devil May Cry games, I have my fair share of gripes with it. But I'll go into them as they appear in the game. But what was it? Like, this Dante's not all that bad. He's a little bit more cocky and arrogant than the original one, which I see a lot of people having like a really big gripe with. He's not like the classic, that's a very nice crotch shot. He's not like the classic Dante that we knew, who was cocky, but he wasn't arrogant. He knew exactly like where he stood in the world. But then again, this one's also not in tremendous amounts of debt like classic Dante. Oh my god. I love Devil May Cry, don't get me wrong, but I've got to crack a joke here and there about this show, about this game series. Like, it's amazing though we got another game, but it's a shame that we didn't get something as similar to classic Devil May Cry. Because we had 4, and I played up until the first boss with that game, and it was okay. I found it too easy, to be honest. Oops, sorry. But that was it. That's a great band. The band who wrote the music for this is awesome. It's just like what was I saying? I thought Devil May Cry 4 was too easy, but with all the time that I have spent playing like the old ones, like 1, 2, and 3, and this, like I've learned to kind of play I've learned to play on the harder difficulty settings just to kind of get myself associated with this kind of game again. Especially with back in the day when games were meant to be really hard to keep you coming back. But what was it? That was during the age of home console when things were just shifting out of arcades into the household. I will continue that in a minute.
The demons have been increasing their power for millennia. They're on the verge of controlling citizens. We've been kept asleep in a manufactured illusion for too long. We must wake up.
The masked lunatic you saw there claims to represent an organization called the Order. Now, this group has claimed responsibility for several serious attacks in recent weeks. He is undoubtedly a traitor and a terrorist. And I, for one, am not for the death penalty. So, one way to do it. Illegally shoot the son of a bitch. This is Bob Barbas, just doing God's work.
Dante! Get out of there! You're in danger!
Who are you? What do you want?
You were careless. You left a trail. Now he's on to you.
What are you talking about? Who's on to me?
The hunter demon. He's here. He's dragging you into limbo.
Demon scum.
It's too late. You're gonna have to fight your way out.
Shit. Back in limbo. Bad day for a hangover. Get your filthy fucking claw off my trailer. Missed.
Now we're getting into the meat of the game. The fun. Alright. So, this is one of my games. The design for Rebellion is... It's very subpar, sadly.
Let's go.
I love... Where is it? Okay. Shit. Give me 1 second. Toggle, stinger input is lock on towards. No. There we go. Alright. But, like, I'm a really big fan of the classic Rebellion look because it just looks amazing. And one of my favorite things about Rebellion was it's just like very odd design. Like it looks something straight out of something like a demonology, like a weapon that could slay demons themselves. And this weapon just looks like a modified Rebellion with a substantially less like a demon-based look, which made it look amazing. I'll be getting into another right very soon. Really, really soon. Like not even that far in.
Who said that?
Another thing that I really love about the Devil May Cry games is its multitude of difficulties. It isn't like where most games nowadays have all the difficulties laid out right for you. One of them would be like, oh, easy, normal, hard, impossible. No, this game series is only 5 or 6 different difficulties instead of just the standard 4, which always bring a new level of gameplay to it. It makes you have to change how you play, and it's so much fun. It's like, what is it? My favorite game mode from the classic Devil May Cry games was, what was it? I think Hell and Hell mode, or something like that. Heaven and Hell, or Dante Must Die, or something. Like, I just listed off like 3 different difficulties that aren't still in the game series. But it was like a really big playing card for me was getting up to that difficulty of being able to kill everything at once. Sadly,
Target practice. Right on
Sadly,
cue.
this game doesn't have that standard Devil May Cry hard mode that I'm so used to. Like, hard easy mode. Like, shit, man. But, alright, so going back to the gripes. My second gripe just so happens to be the design for Rebellion. I mean, not Rebellion. Ebony and Ivory. I love their original design of a custom M1911 pistol. They looked awesome. And now they just look like some sort of weird amalgamation of demon weapons. And don't get me wrong, they still look pretty cool for this game's art style. And like even the art assets are pretty good. They're very top notch. They're very top notch. And I can't say enough good things about this game because it stuck oh so heavily to the original game design.
Dante, don't shoot. My name is Kat. I'm not a demon. I'm still in the real world. You're in limbo.
How come I can see you clearly?
I'm a medium, a psychic. I can phase into limbo and communicate with you. I can see you, talk to you, but I'm not actually in limbo with you.
If I pull the trigger?
I'll die. I'm risking my life here for you. I want to help.
I don't need your help.
The hunter has dragged you into limbo. I can get you out.
I've been down here before. I know how to get out. You fight whatever shit-sucking demon dragged you in here.
You don't want to fight the hunter. He's not your regular demon. Follow me, now.
Alright, going back into the brief mention. If you want to get this, you're going to have to come back after you beat the game, or you can just replay missions after we get a certain weapon that I will talk about when we get it. I'd rather not ruin that part of the game for those who haven't played this fucking 4-year-old game. But that's just being courteous. No, it's kind of a common courtesy. Just don't ruin something for somebody else. So with the design of Ebony and Ivory in this game just looks so drastically different in contrast to the original ones, which were based off of 2 custom M1911 pistols, as I said beforehand, which were amazing. Like, you could probably actually make those a working weapon in like the modern day. But this game did stick to a lot of the old cues that it originally had. It was awesome that they did that kind of stuff. But they took a lot of inspiration from the classic Devil May Cry games, and it made my day. Like, I found the game like there's a massively drastic difference between this game's how you play this game versus how you play the original 4, well 3, because the first ones were actually a lot of fun. And I sadly wish that that we would get a remastered version on the current generation of console hardware, because it would be so much fun to play those games on this generation. Like, you get to see all of the reworked stuff. Like, honestly, if they could rebuild the games from the ground up, that would be amazing. It would be amazing if they built the games right back up from the ground up again. Oh my god, it would be amazing. The thought of that happening would be just so much fun for me and any classic Devil May Cry fan. But what was it? Another thing they didn't take from the original games was the use of red orbs. Also, blue orbs do not exist in this game any longer, sadly. Killed the spiders. Red orbs can now be attained from just normal household items. Let me get. God damn it! I can't even get that. Oh wait. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. I need my stinger. Yeah, like just breaking anything that crumbles up. It makes getting stuff a little bit too easy, and it takes away from the old aspects of grinding to get your stuff. I will say though, getting your getting your upgrades is still pretty difficult. Like, that stuff is still not easy, and it's still pretty cool. Oh god, this Dante is cocky, but he's got a sick ass jacket. Like, original Dante had a pretty sick jacket.
Breaking news. We go live to our eye in the sky. Steve, I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Oh. Stinger's a great way to close the gap between you and the enemy. It's also a very damaging ability. Killing these little flying stick bags is too easy. Because all it is just float in the air and mash them. You could go up and you could get up close and personal, but shit. Just kill it. But what is it? So as I was saying, things that they took a lot of use from was the old games like style system. The better the combo, like the more variety in your combo, the better grade you'll get out of it. Like as seen earlier, I was getting S's, double S's. Like the highest rank you can get is a triple S, and that is not an easy rank to achieve.
Get down here and fight.
Oh my god, it is not a simple task. Like you have to go through, you have to beat the game, beat the area. You have to beat the mission quickly. You cannot die. You cannot use items. Because items, I think for every item it takes 10% off your score, and every death I think takes 5% off your score, or at least that's how it used to be in the old days. But what else was there? They did put secret rooms back in the game, but they made one brief alteration to the idea of the secret rooms. Back in the day, secret rooms were actually secrets. They weren't just these golden doors that you'll find in every level, well, most levels. Enemies only take right up my alley. Aerial combat is something I'm good with, but that's also because so many, like, I spent a lot of time just practicing aerial combos. Sadly, I don't have the items I'm used to using aerial-based combat. God, every time I see that little shine on my weapon, it makes me think I've got whatever I need to, what's the word I'm looking for? It makes me think I have the technique to, yeah, technique. Technique. Fucking SpongeBob. Such a classic show. But yeah, it makes me think that I have the upgrade to do whatever, like, aerial combat special. It's similar to, like, Stinger and Trillion Stabs, which are actually a good part of my combo. Oh shit. I don't wanna... Yeah, hang on. I already got the item here, so I don't really need what's in here. God, at this point I'm losing my train of thought and I can't remember where I just left off at. But like all the upgrade things, like the whole store, buying items, the cost of items going up, the buying health upgrades, buying devil trigger upgrades, which is something we will get much later in the game, but is one of my favorite things to use. My god, is devil trigger useful for combos in this game? It's even useful in like, Devil May Cry 1, which is like a really big asset to me personally. But I'm gonna get more into devil trigger when we actually get it, which is gonna be a while before we actually get that one. Man. Alright, we'll have to come back later for that, because we do not have the appropriate item yet again. There are what, like 6 or 7, possibly 8 lost souls in this level. This means you'll have to come back, search the level when you got the appropriate items. But you will be able to find these lost souls regardless. Some of them are locked behind those doors, which require a specific item to get behind. There are 2 types. There are red and blue doors, which that's really about it. Those 2 doors, you'll need a red and a blue item, which you'll get later in the game, of course.
Not good.
But that
yeah, whatever.
That'll be gone with. That's a what's the word I'm looking for? An example of environmental kills. Like comboing in air, juggling multiple enemies at once is so easy. Especially when you use the environment to kill them. It's so easy. Hope you do not hit enemies, because you will take some damage. Ah, shit. Like I just said, you will take damage. That is a very nice still artwork of the area. Alright, this is a checkpoint.
We'll take you back to the real world. Come back for the hunter.
Enemy stuff. I'll need to get that one later, but should I get roulette? Let's go with hacker. Let's just upgrade our basic combo. My God, this is doing a lot of fun support here. You could take the time to go around and grab each and every one of these lampposts, but I'm not really going to do it because personally I don't find myself buying a lot of stuff. What is it? One of the really big things you're going to wind up wanting to buy is the item that comes up so much to find these lost souls and keys and secret rooms.
Okay then, let's fight.
Dante, wait! It's working. You can fight him. It won't be easy. Hunters are brutal fighters.
Oh, that was a very weird loading spot. Okay, so here's a bit of plot hole that they don't talk about.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah,
So
I hear you.
if that was thrown in the real world, why was that capable of hitting him in limbo? Right? Think about that really quick.
Oh, you feel
So we don't know who that lady is. Yet. But that was just a normal Molotov cocktail. Okay, bullshit hitboxes on this fight. You will occasionally get hit by something despite not being actually within the hitbox. But yeah, nothing to really be too concerned about. This fight isn't that hard. Just all you gotta do is keep at it, and you will eventually get these things down. Dodging in the old games was a tad bit harder than what it is now, where it is dedicated to its own individual button, which just so happens to be the L1.
Does it hurt?
Alright, here's the really easy part.
Get back down here!
Now use your gun.
That's it.
Put him down.
Just shoot him until he's down.
Do you fucking demons even feel pain?
And we finish it with a half triple sensational. Alright.
Game over. Son of who? Or mother. I don't know my mother, but if you're calling me a son of a bitch, you wouldn't be the first. My mother. I barely remember her.
Are you okay, Dante?
How do you know my name?
My boss knows you. He wants to meet. Please? I helped you back there.
I didn't ask for your help.
We know all about you, Dante. I'm with an organization called The Order. Heard of it?
Something to do with that masked freak on the net?
That's my boss.
Wonderful. Can't wait.
We just received reports of a terrorist attack that's taken place at the Bellevue Pier in the Western District of the city. Police are asking the public to remain vigilant. Further, terrorist attacks could take place anywhere, anytime, and when you least expect them.
We have your scent, son of Sparta. Now it is just a matter of time.
Alright. C rank in style. D rank in time. Really? Really, D rank? I feel like I got that. Did a lot better than what they gave me credit for, but whatever. Alright. Alright. C rank. I feel like I personally deserve like maybe a B, but that's just me. Alright, but that's the end of that mission, and these videos will be done by the length of the mission. So, I would like to say one thing. That lady looks like a giant, looks like a fucking used condom. She's all wrinkly and deflated. My god, she looks disgusting. Alright, but with that being said, I wanted to say at the start of the video, but I didn't have a chance. Because I wanted to talk about a few things, like relation with this game and the old games, like how much they share and how much they don't share, which they share a lot. These games are very similar. But yeah. Alright, so that's the end of this video. I'd like to say thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, do like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See you.